Hello, Gingerbeard here, welcome to a new video. Today detailing a few of the Game of Thrones references planted within World of Warcraft. This list is by no means exhaustive, but these are a few of the cool Game of Thrones Easter eggs which you may stumble upon during your adventures in Azeroth.
King Robert Baratheon, murdered by a pig.
This unfortunate chap in Tiergard Sound was also murdered by a pig. I'm sorry for that impression. He gives a quest to avenge him and his daughter, who was also killed by this beastly boar named Chartusk.
Can't very well let the dragons starve, that's obvious.
If a dragon does not want to eat, how do you force him to eat?
Dragons do not do well in captivity.
How do you know this?
That's what I do. I drink, and I know things.
A gnome called Tyrion can be found in Stormwind Keep with a little spy bot thing. Maybe he should have been a dwarf, I don't know, but he's small and he's called Tyrion. It's a pretty obvious nod, I think. If the Alliance hold the blacksmith within Arathi Basin battleground, you'll find a direwolf called Lady. Getting the footage of this, as you can see, wasn't very easy. I got attacked by a rogue and had to blink an ice block and all the rest of it, and we did lose the battleground in the end. Standard.
I should have put a sword in your belly instead of in your hand.
You've served this house faithfully, old man. But keep talking, and I'll... Take him to the cells! Lock him up!
Prince! You cannot let that stand, he must pay.
I'll lock him in a cell until he rots right...
He has to pay the iron price. They'll never respect you while he lives.
If Theon did want him to pay the iron price, he could have utilised this lovely specimen, the Axe of the Iron Price. This was a drop in the Mists of Pandaria expansion and was highly sought after and still is. It's bind and equip. I don't know if it's expensive because of the twink capabilities or the Game of Thrones reference, but either way, if you've got one, it could be worth a few gold.
We've always been together. We'll always be together. We're the only two people in the world.
Cersei Lannister, or Cersei Dusksinger in this case, makes an appearance in this horde encampment within the Swamp of Sorrows. She's in a bit of a bad mood because she's pining for her brother/lover Jaime Lannister, or Squire Rowe in this case, who's an Alliance guard in Stormwind, who has a coin in the Dalaran fountain which you can fish up, which reads, "I hope I can get transferred out of Stormwind eventually and see Cersei again. Nothing good ever happens in this city." I hope you agree that was another fantastic impression.
The night is dark and full of terrors.
Archmage Melis can be found in the Hall of the Guardian, although it'd be probably more accurate if she was put in as a priest, but then priests can't do fire, so that's probably why she was planted in as a mage. Anyway, the reference itself is pretty clear. She also says in her dialogue text, "The night is dark and full of demons."
What do we say to the god of death?
Not today.
Syrio's gloves of tutelage. These gloves are a clear nod to Arya Stark's fencing master Syrio Forel, with flavor text reference and stats that would tie in with Syrio's nimble and agile style. These drop in Mists of Pandaria zones and sell for quite a bit of gold, are part of the Nimble Toe armour set, which is quite sought after amongst transmogrifiers. In Pandaria, this massive wall separates the Pandaren lands from the threats of the Mantid and the Shah. The Shadowpan throughout are called Wall Watchers, and their voice lines include the phrases, "We are the sword in the shadows," and "We are the watchers on the wall," a clear reference to the Night's Watch in Game of Thrones.
We are the watchers on the wall.
Dracarys.
Daenerys Targaryen is obviously portrayed by Emilia Clarke. In World of Warcraft and Storm Shield you'll find Amelia Clarke, who's a PvP gear vendor, who's listed in the data as a dragonkin rather than a human. The last reference on the list pertains to the Night King and the Lich King, often the source of debate amongst fellow geeks throughout the world as to who would win in a battle between the two. They do share a fair bit in common. They both raise an army of undead, they both have cool blue-eyed dragons, they both prefer a colder climate, the list goes on. Maybe in real life they would be friends, combine their forces to make a super undead army, breed their blue-eyed dragons and make the world a constant, cold, scary place. A bit like Scotland in the winter. That's the end of my list for today. I think I could probably churn out another video with some more of the references that I've missed out off this list. Feel free to say in the comments any of the obvious ones you think I've maybe missed. As ever, huge thanks for taking the time to sit and watch my video. As you know, this is a new channel. I'm still getting up to speed with editing and putting out content regularly, so if you liked it, a like would be absolutely fantastic. Any comments would be hugely appreciated, any feedback would be appreciated, and I hope you have a great day whatever you're doing. I hope to see you again. All the best.